Hello, everybody.
What's up?
Yo.
Howdy, howdy.
It has been a while, but we are back in
7 days. 7 days.
7 days. And
That's a while for us.
7 days. That's exactly how much longer.
7 days.
Literally, like how much longer you have until your characters die. Really funny enough, but
And
No, fuck that. I'm gonna live forever.
you're just gonna.
I'm gonna live forever.
Oh,
I actually no joke. If we survive the campaign, Raz will outlive all of you because Zabraks have a long lifespan.
I mean,
So-
like,
Oh,
I
feel Raz. How's it feel that you're gonna see everyone die around you?
That's.
I mean,
it's
hey,
gonna hurt.
As
Yeah,
Palpatine
like Soren's
said,
gonna speedrun this. Like,
like-
that's just
Look, as Palpatine once beautifully said, there are things on the dark side, something unnatural. So
dark side.
equals immortality. So
Let the hate
hey,
flow.
Yeah, let the hate flow.
N- Not from a Jedi.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, hello everybody. We are back for another session of Revenge of the Crit. This time a little less tension-filled, not from combat, but probably some other stuff that we will get to in a moment. But yeah, it's gonna be nice setting up what I have installed for these guys. But going around the table and introducing ourselves, starting off with me, your lovely, cluelessly naive of a DM. I only recently checked the history. The campaign's over a year old. It's my first. I don't know how we got here, but good job, guys.
Hard work and perseverance.
Literally, yeah,
I know exactly how we got there.
Yeah,
Good job,
Soren
Kev.
knows everything.
Congrats.
Yes, a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and dice were rolled to get to this point. So many NPCs. All the NPCs died. None of you just know it yet. But yeah, we are just going around the table. We have first down the line. We have Soren. Christian.
What up? Hi, my name is Christian. I go by Cap in the TTRPG space. I'm gonna be playing Soren, and really excited for today's session because I have a sneak peek that we're going to bring the fashion. Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah. And after that, we have a Tati.
Yo, Tati here. I play Raziel, your favorite lightning boy. Hopefully he's not gonna hurt much, but that's doubtful. We'll see what happens.
The things you do not know.
I asked for this.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yes,
did.
You did.
Mhm.
And
Excuse me, world. Please hurt.
please hurt. Oh god. Yeah. I mean, both characters you've made, they just ask to be in the world of hurt. But speaking of characters ask in a world of hurt, Shir'iven, played by Jinkles. If you like to.
Hi. I'm Jinkles. You can find me at lovejinkles on twitter.com. I play the lovely Shir'iven, who is just, you know that image of that guy holding the two kids by the leashes in the airport and he's in that weird pose? Yeah, that's Shir'iven constantly.
with not even just the party, with every other
Everyone.
NPC that's fucking Quinn. I mean, at least the thirsty NPCs.
Yeah. Oh, this is Simp 1, this is Simp 2.
Oh my god, no! We will soon have an army of simps. But alright, and last but not least, we have. Wait, why the hell are the names not showing? That is odd. But I will.
Okay. Ah, my phone's yelling at me.
Oh, I see it. Oh no.
Why?
We have no names.
Jesus, what? Why is it like that? Wait, hold on. What? Hold on. What is?
Who am I? Who are you?
It's there, but hold on. If I do this,
It's just every time we say what, we just turn into David Tennant.
What?
why is it? Is it just blending in with space? What?
Just
Like,
the
did
world
it just yeet into another fucking system? And
It's okay.
Hold on, I might have a plan.
The world
Yeah. While I fix this, Viper, please Chase, feel free to introduce yourself. Chase.
Hello, Chase.
He doesn't know. There's no name.
God, Jesus Christ. What the hell is going on here?
Sylvie, if it brings you joy, do it.
Up. Lady Zombie Trust got to him.
No.
I think
Tell me why.
internet
Choose me.
technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. and-
Why? Hold on. If I
What are our views on microwaving Pop-Tarts?
Okay, I don't microwave. We toast them in this house, and it's always gonna be brown sugar.
It's the best one.
All right.
The force is keeping the
I'm
Wi-Fi
not-
down. Yes, it is.
Like, I'm not gonna say no, don't do it. I'm just gonna look at you weird.
Maybe will that fix it? This is so odd. It is not. I have not seen this.
The
problem.
force is keeping the Wi-Fi down. I'm looking at you and not breaking eye contact.
Mhm,
You know what, Silver? I'm looking at you. I'm looking deep into your eyes, bro.
Oh my god. But yeah.
Hey, Chase is back. Chase, you there?
Chase.
We're
Hello?
alive. God.
Yes, we're alive. Yes. You don't have names, but I'm trying to figure that shit out. So
I died for a minute. Apologies about that, audience.
It's all
You looking
good.
up?
You good.
brother.
You looking up at my eyes because I'm taller than you, Jinkles? Excuse me. I have
Jinkles
a
is on a
box, sir.
Yeah, Jiggle's on a box.
I have a box. I have a chair, and Chris is more than likely holding me up.
Heck yeah. That's a good shoulder workout.
And it's funny because and yet I'm still taller than both of you.
How tall
What
are
if
you?
I had a box too? But who's lifting you, bro? Who's lifting you? Not
I'm lifting myself, motherfucker.
No, not you, not you, not you. Silver.
Sophie in chat.
Oh my god.
Chase, how tall are you?
This is
Confidence.
yeah. Chase is a 6'4".
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
He's
I
tall.
I am small. I am small.
Yeah.
I'm small too. Don't worry.
But yeah.
It's fine. I'll carry both of you, a la like Kazooie in a backpack.
Right. I think I need to get your
6'2", so only 2 inches. My man.
think I need to get your captions up again, Chase, or
Yeah, I have a feeling. Hold on. I will take care of that.
it is all good. I have no idea how to fix the name problem. It might just have to be
It's okay. We'll be tokens for today.
Yeah, there we go. They'll probably guess who we are anyway with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Or
pictures help.
yeah, the pictures hope our overwhelming presence is just like be gone, text.
Any
Silence.
Or how about like anytime before any of us speak, we just go Soren talking, and then respond. Soren talking. That is a
Yeah.
very good point.
Yeah. Doesn't he already do that?
Just every time only Soren does that.
Oh
It's
god.
Soren.
All right.
You gotta play it on the fucking the radio effect thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But with everything out of the way, I believe that covers all of our necessary bases.
Did
Um,
Chase introduce himself?
Yeah. We
Okay.
got through that. I'll actually put
Someone
this-
already
Cool,
did.
cool.
What up? That was Chase playing Viper,
Yeah.
6'4".
Shut up.
That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
Absolute unit, this man. But yeah, with
Put that on my business card.
with with all that out of the way, I believe we are due for a recap. So, friends, foes, and undecided, if you could please mute yourselves, as Viper will be taking the reins for the recap. of
Oh,
this
that's me.
evening.
Oh.
Yes, I will play you in.
Viper's log. Somehow, an enemy we thought had slain has returned. A Sage Ventress. A Sith mastermind from what I know. She nearly kidnapped one of the young Jedi, Padawans, but we managed to put up a good fight against them. And through some daring technical work on my hand, managed to escape the planet through as such. I thought it was a fine plan, but PB and the others didn't really think so. Nonetheless, we managed to scrape through with only a few necessary wounds and, some battle wounds here and there, but nonetheless, we arrived back towards our home base for our next mission, and whatever lies in store for us, well, that's for the future to decide. Viper out.
Yes. So, continuing from where everybody was left off there. Just get the play. Oh. I just need to play that. That'd be nice. One moment. Yes. So, just restating where you guys are in the moment. Your ship docked into Patch's personal acclimator class vessel. You guys have been given the proper medical treatment. You're all rested up. You gain back your force points and tech points, all of your resources. You guys are feeling much better after your trek, and you've gotten some R&R in. It's been a few days and you're making your way to Coruscant as we speak. Soren.
What's up?
I'll say
That's me. Hello.
At one leg of the journey, you're just like waking up from a sleep, at least it feels like it, and you see sitting across from your bedpost is a familiar figure from back on Dock Center. Just sort of like just checking out his fingernails, just dusting himself off. And then he just sort of looks to you. This white-skinned male with red markings across lines down his face. Mixes of black and blue armor across, and just very regal in his presence. At the foot of your bed, and goes, "Wow, you actually survived that."
Oh,
Was beginning
no.
to think you had no hope.
Oh, I was hoping this was some sort of like you were haunting that place and couldn't leave type situation. I cannot believe this.
Well, I'll have you
What?
know my presence isn't as powerful as it merely can be. You merely destroyed a portion of my essence, shall we say.
Oh, good. Where are the others? Destroy those too.
In due time, when your master is ready to know of my whereabouts. However,
What do you want?
yes,
What do you want?
well, I wish for you to set myself free and destroy my own personal enemies. You could say it's a bit of a family feud, and while I am quite powerful, I cannot take them on myself. As much as I hate to admit it.
Well, not gonna say no, but it will cost you.
Humor me. I am a deity of the Force. What could it possibly cost someone of my hierarchy in this great
If you-
circle of life?
If you're as powerful as you say you are, then you should be rolling in it, right?
In
Anything
what?
that I ask was probably minuscule minuscule in comparison to all the riches that you have.
Oh, I don't need paltry credits to define my value. Every little life in this universe is but a gnat at my fingertips.
You and I both know I was not talking about currency.
Oh. What would that be then that you're seeking? Information, is it? On your sister, perhaps? That is certainly a tall order.
Soren narrows his eyes. And I narrow my eyes and maintain the poker face that's going on. Perhaps.
And in return you would assist me if I gave you the proper coordinates to my exact location?
Not, depends on how verifiable the information is.
Well,
If information is something you can't provide, then maybe wealth and power is something that we can negotiate on.
I don't think. Okay. Just sort of looks you up and down and just gets closer to your side. Have you ever considered what alignment your sister would possibly take in this war?
Whatever alignment, whoever she's allied and aligned herself with, I trust that she has her reasons.
And why would you guess that she has not been in contact with you for decades, if not years?
Up until the other night, I thought she was dead.
Well, you know how powerful your people, how much of a hold they have on their own system and eyes and ears with others. There is a chiss within every ranking on these sides. They're all biting for some slice of the power. Perhaps your sister might not be too far behind. The smallest glimpse of it she can obtain. Or perhaps she was swept up in a bid in being reckless in search for more.
And so what are you saying?
I'm saying she could either have made contact with someone else of a subsection of these sorcerers you're aligned with, another group entirely, or perhaps she's being held for information.
You're not actually saying anything. Of course that's what she's doing. If she was doing anything.
Oh, yes, I'm sure she's all about looking after you. Have you ever considered that maybe she would want to try to go back to your home world, reclaim all that power you once had?
What do you... You don't know me at all, do you? You just glommed onto the closest person available. You know nothing of my motivations. That's...
I chose you for a specific reason, but I've said too much already, and my time on this plane is wearing thin. I'll be back soon. And as soon as he sort of snaps out of your vision and you sort of wake up in a sweat, you see Quinlan Voss like at outside your bedroom. Sort of like you see Quinlan Vossi's like his like hair's all done up in a bun. He's like very much in like an early morning, like relative to where you guys are in space.
Yeah.
Outfit, and just has his arms crossed and just.
Voss, what are you doing? Watching me sleep?
I haven't been here long. Like I just walked in here. I had a few questions for you. Just
For me?
Yeah, getting a good look at that saber of yours. How does a reporter like yourself, one, end up with a weapon of that vintage quality and kept very well, and also as that degree of force sensitivity and training? It just seems a bit odd that your powers are relegated to such a lowly career.
Well, as for the saber, I mean, you've seen me take care of my sniper, my rifle.
Yes.
Take care of everything that I own, and keep things in good condition. You pick things up every now and then. We found this in a market at one point. Paid dearly for it. Almost cost me 3 arms, 2 of which were not my own. But as for the force sensitivity, I guess I just had this the whole time, for as long as I can remember. Probably just flew under the radar of the Jedi Council, any other interested parties.
I'm gonna need you to make me a deception check.
No problem. 27.
Okay, I need to. My board underneath, I do. Just need to find this fella's inside check number. Where is he? I think he's around here. He's coming up.
And I'd say at this point, like, Soren has gotten sort of out of his sleeping position and kind of like stretched, wiped his face with a towel or something so he could talk to Quinlan face to face.
Okay.
I imagine it's kind of weird if like he's at the doorway and I'm like in bed still.
Yeah, of course. Get to my golden snitch. Let's see what he gets. He just goes. He just sort of bites his lip a little bit, looks to you and goes, "Huh, well, I've seen my fair share of the underground, the criminal world, and unfortunately there have been many folks who do try to sell their sabers, or sell sabers of fallen Jedi and Sith to anyone stupid enough to buy one and think they can handle them, but surprised that you can buy a lightsaber on a reporter's salary. But I've heard weirder stories of people coming into the Order as they do.
Believe me, I mean nothing by it. I barely have wielded it until recently. Seeing Raz and Jinkles use theirs makes me feel a little bit more motivated. Sorry, Shiri.
You're good.
It's hard without the names, okay?
Nancy doing.
But yeah. He just looks up and down and goes, "Look, it's not that I don't trust your ability, or I don't need to know your full story, as long as the intention is you look out for after Shir'iven and the others when I get ahead of myself. I guess is the best way to put it."
Can I ask you something then?
Of course.
What is Shiri to you? Who is she to you?
He like looks. He like peeks out the door, closes it behind him. You promise you wouldn't tell me, you wouldn't tell her how I feel?
I mean, sure. You closed the door and everything.
You just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, we do this on my home planet, and I will put out my index and ring finger, and now just shake it as if you only had these two fingers. It's sort of a contract, a social contract, a promise, if you will.
oh, so it's like a pinky promise from back in the Earth times, right?
Yes, but these two fingers are much stronger than the pinky.
Oh, I see. Yeah, those humans, they really didn't think that far ahead in terms of finger diplomatic policies. But all right, a bit of a strange custom I'm not used to, but all right. And he will do that hand finger wag shake.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, and then he just sort of suddenly, like, you're so used to him being like very boisterous and more full of himself, and then you just see him kind of shrivel up a bit.
Mhm.
Not fully, but like he's not being 100. He's being as vulnerable as he can be. In this
Like a half raisin.
half raisin, yeah. Like he's like a few wrinkles short of a raisin.
Okay,
He's still got
okay.
some grape in him, but he's just like, have you ever fallen for someone growing up that you just know is going to get you into trouble, but you really don't care at all about the risks? Like, he, she, they, whatever is worth it?
I can't say that I have. But
What are you like in your, you're a good-looking chis guy. You're in your, what, your 20s, or how old are you?
if we were counting Earth years, Soren is around like 27, 28.
Okay. Because I know chis age weirdly, or at least I know.
Chis do age weirdly, but he hit they hit adulthood at like 16.
Right, yeah. Okay. He just goes on, like, I don't know what it is about her. She has such a, like, she almost has, like, an infamous streak with some of the masters on the council and various other knights, but it's just something about her, the way she moves and her tentacles, how they go in the air, and she's just, I know we're not supposed to have attachments, but it's we've been through a lot too, and it's kind of difficult to shake that feeling that I have to at least be with her whenever I can.
Have you had, and I don't mean this to be condescending or belittling or diminishing or anything, just please take this at face value. Have you ever had just an honest conversation with her? The way you are with me right now. No ego, no nothing.
Like you see him sort of like twiddle his thumbs a little bit. I might have offered her a out from the war if things got bad. You just sort of seem like cringe a little bit at mentioning, like, even
fact that
teasing
you-
the idea of leaving.
The fact that you have to bargain with this answer in your own head tells me that you might not be ready.
I don't know, man. I'll tell you this. Love certainly does not get any less complicated than as you get older in age. You can take fighting a Sith Lord over talking to her about these feelings, at least right now.
Well, Voss. I don't know if this is appropriate, but I wish you luck. Whatever the best is for you and for Sherry, be it in one direction or the other, I wish it for you. Now, sorry, I need to go get some water.
Of course. And hey, if there's anything else going on, I know Duxon is hard on a lot of people, Sherry in particular. I might see her next, actually, if I'm not such a wreck. And he's just like waves his like hands and like does like the thing of like fanning himself, because like you already like see he's like sweating a decent bit from the conversation. But yeah, if there's anything from Duxon or anything prior, because that you want to talk to me about, I want you to know you can come to me. I'm not gonna rat on the council. Like, I'm not a womp rat. I'm not gonna snitch you out to them and get you in trouble. I want what's best for you. And what's best for this crew that's come together.
What's best for Shiri?
Yeah.
And he says that with a smile.
What's best for her. Though she has a funny way of showing it, she does seem to care about you. So
Everyone has a funny way of showing that they care about me. Yeah, that might actually help out. I'd like some pointers on how to wield a saber without using the wield a saber using the force. It has not seemed to work in my favor so much.
Huh. Give me a couple. I'll give you some time to, rest up and when you're feeling up to it, we'll meet off in the onboard training rooms, and we'll go over my preferred form, and hopefully it's something we can add to your arsenal.
Sweet.
All right.
Thank
Good
you,
talk,
Conlon.
man. And he gives you a fist bump, or he does that thing where he punches you in the arm.
Okay.
Very playful.
Sure. And I'll rub it and then do a light tap of a fist, not like a punch on his own shoulder. And then mess holes this way. Okay.
Yeah. Might want to start hitting the gym. That punch was a little
It was not meant to be a punch.
or a tap. Even then, it was kind of like it felt like a bug bite a little bit. I don't know. We'll work on it. Just eat up, buddy. And he will just sort of very anime as sort of like the second he like scritches out of him like and he just books it for his room.
Okay. Cool.
And I totally forgot to do this. If the rest of you three, that being Raziel, Shir'iven, and Viper, if you could each roll me a d20, please.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It was
Yeah, sure.
8.
4.
Give it about
14.
16.
Oh, that was close.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah.
14.
Okay.
Again.
Alright.
Again.
Alright, so Viper first. You get up, typical day as usual, just scrubbing off your weapon, getting a nice meal in, and chatting up with the crew, and just getting off used to your surroundings. Is there anything you'd like to do as the day is starting off in the ship?
Where's BB? Is she around?
Yeah, she's off in the mess.
Okay, I want to talk to her. I after yesterday's shenanigans, I kind of owe her at least a little bit of an apology.
Of course. But yeah, so you arrive off in the mess, and a little, you realize, you remember, oh shit, like, even with the co-ed nature of the clones, it's still kind of hard to pick them out from a crowd, even with all of their helmets off and all their different hairstyles. But you, with luck, you see her just off into closer to the, I'll say, back right portion of the mess, just eating off by herself. And you see like a couple of her other squad mates like sort of scattered about, or other like clones just other clones of the 99th battalion are around, but she's looks like she's keeping to herself mostly.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So I approach her just sort of like with, what's like the scenario? Like, I'm assuming everyone's just getting breakfast, I'm assuming?
Yeah. It's pretty early morning. It's like,
Okay,
still within
gotcha.
Still within early bird special hours.
Continental breakfast, the best.
Yeah.
Nudie
It's intergalactic
or something.
breakfast.
Intergalactic continental breakfast, the best.
Yeah, you've got like those like you got some Jawa juice there's like some good space coffee ground up from the
Just add space in front of everything. It's fine. It'll make sense.
Yeah, you've got like waffles with sprinkles of cinnamon, enhanced cinnamon spice. So like they're
Enhanced cinnamon spice. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take away. It's just there's something that's really just that tickles me about just like enhanced cinnamon.
Yeah, like it's like it is raw cinnamon. Like if
the next level of cinnamon.
Yeah, shit is sweet. But yeah. So
God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take away from that. I just that really. You're telling me someone enhanced the cinnamon? Amazing.
But yeah.
All right, continue before I go off.
Okay.
So yeah, no, with my breakfast tray in hand, I just sort of like move over. I walk over towards BB and just sort of like, do just sort of like a, got room for one more?
And as you do that and come up to her spot, she kind of just looks. She does that thing where like she has like her eyes closed while she's eating. She like opens one to notice you and look you up and down, and then she just continues and like gives a little nudge, kind of implying a yes. A little hard to read, but she's not like dismissing you outright.
Okay, gotcha. She's just a focused eater. I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of like
Okay.
No, just sort of like internally, he's just like No, actually, never mind. What were you gonna say?
I'll say you do notice that that on her neck you see like what little bit of you recognize at least like that she seems to be sporting a little like bit of the Tarantadic teeth, like she like, cut it off and made it into like a makeshift sort of necklace piece, and like using like a vibro silk, and she sort of like it's a bit crude. It's not something you'd see like at a fine jeweler's, but it gets the job done.
Nice. Oh man, I was gonna ask about that too. Yay. Okay, good. Oh, that's good. So just sort of like with.
Oh yeah, she does not have the Beskar spear though.
Hey, better one thing than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, yeah, he just sort of like takes his seat right next to BB and just sort of like starts just sip of the juice and the coffee and just sort of like starting to wake up and all that stuff.
So I'm assuming helmet's off, but like you're still like kind of like now just like occasionally taking down the scarf.
Yeah, helmet's off and just sort of like but the scarf is like, but yeah, no, the scarf is there. Mm-hmm. And just sort of like occasional just sort of like lift to sip.
Mm-hmm. And like while while she's like, not breaking eye contact with her meal. She's so I trust you managed to get a good night's rest?
Yes, same with you?
It was. No nightmares, thankfully, or anything unfortunate keeping me from getting required rest. It was certainly a lot I have experienced on Duxon. It's certainly one for the archives, but nothing. I don't think this war will have any too much worse than what we saw.
Let's hope on that end. You're right.
And she just sort of looks down at the necklace again and just goes, I really do appreciate the token of that beast. It was very sweet.
And then he just takes notice of the necklace. So just to say, was about to say, nearly not even a day after you had it, you managed to fashion into that. Not bad, not bad.
Well, I know there are some regulations as to, or at least there are some requirements as to. There are war crimes, at least the Rusan revelations, and as to what can and can't be taken off of a battlefield. Technically, this wasn't a war zone, and it's not droid parts or anything of that nature, so I think this qualifies and is worth making it something to hold on to.
It suits you, he says, just taking a bite of his meal.
She composes herself a little bit. Any business you plan to attend to once we reach Coruscant?
Not really sure. I'll just, maybe just do some fine-tuning on my armor and some weapon stuff, and maybe get some practice in with with any close combat stuff, but other than that, not really. It's more of just waiting for what the General has in store for me. Maybe give some of my brothers a call, see how they're doing. How about you?
Well, Voss has me assigned to look over the rest of my men and keep up with their training, make sure they're on the up and up. And once things are squared away, we shall hopefully be reassigned to a place with a little more action. I'm looking to... It feels weird having that weapon. Just, the General gave it to me on a whim, and I don't know if I'm ready to handle something of that caliber. It was her that she claimed it from that warrior's grave. I think it's more within her right than my own. But
The General has a good head on her shoulders. I trust if it was given to you, then that trust is carried on towards you, so I'd say consider yourself lucky. I was never... It's not really my place to say.
And she smiles at that. And goes, I've never been one for luck, or at least not the type to believe in it. But as far as how close it was back on Duxon, and all the risks you took in all those Jedi, it might be time to change my thinking, or adopt a new point of view.
Speaking of risk, and he just sort of rubs the hand on the back. He rubs the back of his neck, just about yesterday with the ship and Ventress, I didn't mean to scare you like that. It was just quick thinking. I kind of picked that up from the kid and Soren and even the general. Rash decisions and quick thinking tends to be our sort of thing.
She just sort of snickers at that a little bit. That is I have noticed your crew tend to do interesting stratagems in order to secure victory, but victory is secured nonetheless. Well, in my situation, if I were in that predicament, I might have done the same.
I got the job done, at least.
Look, just, if you do intend to do it, just try to give more of a heads up, or maybe not when you're hundreds of feet, potentially to you, away from falling to your death.
Right. I'll keep a calm link next time I ever find myself in a dire do situation. You'll be the first to know. And he just sort of like cracks a smirk at that.
And she like puts a hand on your shoulder. You're good, man, and I'm glad I know we aren't from entirely the same strands of DNA templates. We both have different journeys, but I'm glad you're fighting along with us, Regs.
Hey, least I could do. I know me and the rest of my other crew didn't exactly get the kindest upbringing back on Camino, but we know how to do a job damn well. And well, if anything, why keep differences? Why make differences the one thing that's keeping us from winning the war when it's all about working together after all, right?
Right.
There's already enough petty things we're fighting over about. We shouldn't let upbringings be the one thing that keeps us apart.
Of course. And I hope I can meet the rest of your squad sometime. At least from what I've heard, they seem like an interesting bunch.
Oh, Havoc Squad? Oh, those guys are barrels of entertainment in a minute.
Maybe one day I'll show you around the rest of my crew, but maybe when we're on Coruscant and have some more private time.
I would like that, he says with just sort of like a nod to himself, just sort of like, would I? Yes, I would.
Like she nods as well, and you guys continue on having a nice breakfast to yourselves and going about the typical clone duties throughout the ship. And
Nice.
Yeah. And we'll say Shir'iven. You know, it's been a few days waking up by your from your quarters. Anything specific you'd like to do while you're up and about?
Probably check on my kid, make sure he's okay.
Okay. Yeah, you see him off. He is, when you wake up, he's also in the mess, it seems. He's, like, yeah, you just sort of stumble upon him, like, he's not even sitting at a table. He just sort of is, like, at the entrance, like, you're kind of, like, arriving just a little bit after he got to the mess, and you just see him, he's sort of, like, dumbfounded as he's looking at this room of nothing but mostly clones, and just like you just see like he's in awe, like still like has his braid like down across his shoulder. Blue eyes are just sort of like open wide and jaw dropped as he's looking around. Whoa, that is a lot of soldiers.
Right, so, but the best team we've got.
Do they fight for the Jedi now?
They do. They were made by the Kaminoans. given to us to assist in the Clone Wars.
Kaminoans, Master Yoda didn't mention them. I haven't even heard of a Camino before.
Very interesting creatures. Maybe one day you'll get to meet one.
Maybe. Is it alright if I eat with you?
Of course, dear. Come on, let's go get some food in ya.
And like he sort of like just like tucks along like your cape. It's like you go around.
Aww.
And,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, Sherry's gonna go get some food for the both of them.
Yeah. Have a nice meal and catch up. He sort of revels on how he ended up in this situation. He just sort of goes on. I was out on a expedition with some other Padawans, and everything. We were on Ilum, just trying to find the crystals needed for our sabers, and it took me longer than I thought it in the moment of searching for it, and I just lost track of time, and by the time I was supposed to get out, it had been iced over. I waited there a good few weeks, and with time Xanatos arrived, and he broke through the ice and set me free, and I hadn't... It'd been so long, and I didn't know if or even recognize I was gone, or what might have happened. I just hope my master's okay.
Who originally was your master?
And he just sort of like kicks you see his like legs sort of twindle a little bit. I actually need to. That would be Depa Palava.
Depa Palava?
She was she's Mace Windu's former apprentice.
Oh, yes!
Yes, she didn't come with us to Ilum. It was more of Yoda oversaw the journey, and everyone else, all the other Padawans, were going about them as going about finding the crystals, their own crystals, as they could, and it's just been. I just don't know if she's moved on or what's the situation.
If I knew her, she would be worried. But with the Clone Wars wrapping us up in all of this mess, our minds are elsewhere. I'm sure that when she sees you again, she's going to be very relieved to see you.
I hope so. Like, he just goes back to eating his meal, trying to put his mind off of all that. And Raziel, anything you'd like to do as you get up on the ship? You know, if you want to go off into the mess and chat up with the clones, or sort of go about the ship and find something else to do?
Besides from the usual get food and get cleaned up and stuff. Like, where is everyone right now? Are they all just like in the mess, or is it
Like, at different times,
past that time?
yeah, different points of the day, people have like gone in and out of the mess. Like, I'll say right now, you would probably be getting in a little bit after Shir'iven and Mikkel, the Padawan, are just about wrapping up their breakfast. So, yeah, I'll say Patch. You can sort of spot him grabbing some food for himself, and he like sees you across the way and goes, "Hey, Raziel, would you care to join me and the other boys for a nice little quick breakfast over here? We just got the last bits of the bantha bacon here. We're willing to split a few strips."
No, I don't mind. And he smiles at the gesture and walks over to Patch and the rest of the clone troopers.
Yeah.
Takes a seat.
Yeah, I'll say everyone else here like looks pretty, like there's like, the typical silver markings across. Some of them even haven't even painted their armor yet. The only other clone that sort of strikes to you is you see one sporting a pauldron with like, silver markings across there. And you see like across the helmet, there's these little horn twists kind of reminiscent of the Wampa on Hoth. You would recognize that. What am I looking for? Yeah, and you see like he has sort of you see like his gloves appear to like go further across the armor. Like there's no, like the armor is layered in a very like weird way, like not a standard trooper armor. And like you just see like a single like pistol holstered up within his like under his pit area. He's just sort of like sitting across, and let me just get and Patch, like as like you guys are all like getting acquainted, he's like, "Raz, I'd like you to meet one of the lieutenants within the 99th. Lieutenant Anna? No, hold on. That's not the name. Just finding something that sounds cool. Lieutenant Brass, meet Raziel." And like, oh yeah, I'll say like under the helmet, you see like this clone appears to have a sort of shaved head, very, bald, kind of like Rex, but like there's no, like it's just skin, no like yellow or blonde hair, and he has like these like very fine mustache that's very bushy, and just like a single little soul patch right there. He goes, just gives a little head nod towards your direction.
Pleasure to meet you, soldier.
Pleasure's all mine. So, Captain Patch has informed me that you'd be interested in learning how to ride a speeder.
I mean, I have mentioned an interest in that, yeah.
Well, lucky for you, I just happen to be the leader of the Lancer Trooper Division of the 99th. And while you aren't officially a trooper, I can at the very least supply you with the necessary training to go about making your ways around a speeder more efficient.
I appreciate the offer, Lieutenant Brass.
You ever driven a speeder before, kid?
No, not particularly. I've ridden in one with Viper on a mission. That's about the extent of my experience.
Well, I'll be sure to give you a nice test course to see how efficient you really are with it. Come in the barracks. I'll give you a nice little simulation course. And like as like he says that, Patch sort of like intrudes Brass, just remember he's just a kid still, so try to go easy on him a little bit. And he goes, Brass continues on, relax, Patch. You'll be right there to heal him up if he needs it. Listen, I'm not gonna give him kiddie wheels on a speeder for God's sake. Come on. I'll take you to the rooms.
And before he leaves, Raz just puts a hand on Patch's shoulder and goes, I appreciate it, but I'm tough. I can handle it.
Well, either way, I'll be nearby if it gets a little bit too much for you to handle.
Thanks. He nods and stands up, walks behind Brass. He's walking with a little bit more energy, like he's trying to contain the prospect, the excitement of riding a speeder as much as he can while just still appearing composed.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with everyone's backs turned, a grin crosses his face, but he tries to he's just trying to keep it cool.
Got it. So, you are eventually led over to the barracks where everyone's set up, but past all the walkers, past all the ATTEs, the ATRTs, and all like the little shooting ranges here and there, there's this little corner, and like you see sort of all lined up on a wall, these various vibro lances that are like almost twice as tall as you are, and they're just massive. They're not sharp to the tip, but they do have at least like going full speed on the speeder, you know these things would do some serious damage. And you see sort of along with those lances all lined up on the walls, there are also speeders sort of like parked in various positions, and at the very end of it, there's this tiny little speeder, almost like it's hooked up on. It kind of looks like a kiddie ride at first glance, but then you realize it's just a speeder sort of stood up on like a singular platform, and like there's like a little VR style helmet at attached to where like the handles are, and Brass goes, "Alright, kid. If you intend to get on this to use one of these, it takes a lot of form and elegance. It's not as simple as just revving a bad boy up and going full speed into an enemy. It takes a lot more strategy than that. Watch and observe." And you see how with his he sort of very quickly just like he almost is like it was like almost half a second it took for him to sort of get on board, rev it up, and then actually get it moving a decent bit of the area. And he goes, "All right, show me how you would turn on and activate this simulation."
Looking at him with awe, once Brass speaks to me, I just nod my head and start moving to the speeder. Right. Shouldn't be too hard.
Alright. You're gonna try to replicate how he did it, or are you just trying to take it easy for how you would normally go about getting on a speeder? It's basically if you want to style it, or you just want to play it safe until the shit gets real.
You know what? He's feeling a little frisky. I'll use Brass's technique as a reference and try to
All right.
do what he did.
All right, go ahead and make me an acrobatics check. Or I'll
Okay.
say, are you proficient in acrobatics?
Yes.
Okay, then go ahead and make me that check.
Okay.
Okay. It's not 1 for 1, mind you, but it is pretty close. And yeah, he just sort of like very like gets the you get on it in a way so that the cape is avoided getting caught in the engines or lit on fire, or you just sort of very quickly do that, like plop the helmet on, and yeah, like you're already like getting it like up in the air and moving, and just keeping it steady for right now. Nothing started yet. And when you put the helmet on, like you suddenly are brought into a very digital world, kind of Tron-like. If like you're just seeing it all like in a grid style pattern. And Brass goes, "Any preference on environment? We'll start you off something of your preference to make it a little less challenging. Want to see how you do with basic speed tests and avoiding obstacles."
What are the options?
Well, we've got Hoth for something on the easier end. Just a lot of steady inclinations to watch out for. Like the occasional trench. And past that, we have Tatooine, a lot of sand dunes, a little more on the difficult side. And last but not least, we have Endor, with a lot of trees, a lot of inclines and declines, the most difficult of the locations. But each within their own difficulties, we can put in obstacles, objectives, and things to make it a little more risky.
Start me off with Tatooine.
All right, Tatooine it is. And like with that, you while like you're wearing the helmet, it is a bit uncomfortable. Like it's not designed with the Zabrak head in mind, so the helmet like it's kind of squeezing it on your horns a little bit, but you're fine. It's like just a slightly tedious pain that you're dealing with. And as you're like blinking, the world around you is very like digitized and like becoming this like very sandy sort of area. And then you hear Brass sort of knock on a few buttons and goes, "All right, simulation 1, you got one STAAP speeder chasing you, and you've got 30 seconds to reach the base before they call in more reinforcements and block you off. Go." And you just see the in like the simulation world, like it's kind of reminiscent of Pod Racer a little bit from the N64, and like you just see like the lights going off like and like you like see behind you a little stop speeder like "Freeze, Republic dog," as it like starts to get behind you. And yeah, I'm assuming you're just gonna try to go full speed.
Yep. I start going.
All right, and meanwhile you're going like full speed through the dunes, and like you're occasionally dodging fire. I'll actually roll for these. Wait, I know there's speeders somewhere. They're in here, aren't they? I think. Okay, we'll say you're on a... we'll say you're on the equivalent of a speeder bike, and I'll say like you have shots coming your way. Is there anything you're doing? Like, do you have your saber out while you're riding it, or are you just keeping both hands on the gas?
He'd probably have both hands on the gas, or on the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
The brakes, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, and just like revving it full
least-
speed.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and make me a piloting check to see how you're doing managing the fire from behind and keeping an eye on the obstacles overhead.
Alright.
8.
Oh, great.
So, for one, you will start taking shots from these speeders. I'll say you take. I'll just roll some indiscriminate d6s. That sounds fair for speeder guns. So, and the rolls are shit. So you're taking fire from the back. You're starting to leak fuel, so you know soon enough you're gonna be running out of gas here. And all on top of that, you are getting also pelted with sand. Now you're starting suddenly as you're driving through, it's okay, this doesn't seem so bad as long as I can still see. And as you say that, the environment is sort of excuse me, changing into this very quick shifting sandstorm, and you're starting to lose control. You're maintaining the speed, but yeah, if you don't get out of it soon, you are going to be swept up. Very tornado, Twister style.
Hello. Okay.
And the sap is gaining on you. It's got about 60 feet before it closes the distance.
It's fine.
Yeah, this is fine.
But,
It's okay. You are speed.
I am speed.
all right. And you still have the rocket boots, and you can, if you. I mean, yeah. I'm just.
I can't use them as well.
I mean, it's gonna require some checks, but yeah, I'll say now it's back to sort of your turn, quote unquote, and the storm's kicking up, and you've got this one. This is just one speeder still behind you, mind you, and it's driven by a B1, but yeah, and you still you have your normal equipment within the simulation and all your force stuff too. So if you want to do something enhance yourself or give or try to use your force to get an attack on the thing behind you, then you can.
Okay. What do I want to do?
Yeah.
So many choices.
Oh my god, I just saw the fucking meme Soren posted. It's just Lightning McQueen with Raz's,
Lightning McQueen.
and Raz's emote face on it saying, "I am speed."
You can pull it up in stream, right? That's possible.
Do it.
Hold on. There it is for the audience at home.
Hang on, I gotta voice it properly. I am speed.
All right.
That's great.
There we go. That's that was good fun. Oh god.
Mwah,
Dang.
Beautiful.
And here I thought lightning didn't strike twice.
Oh god. All right. Back to the game. So.
All right.
What do you got? Yeah.
How far away? Go. What?
Yeah. I'll say you have. I'll say you have a movement thing, so you can sort of just. If you have a strategy for how you want to move the speeder a particular way, through the storm or do a cool trick, then you have that to do to describe. And I'll set a check for that, however hard you make that for yourself. And you also have an action to, an action or bonus action, whatever you need to cast a power or do a thing that will be necessary. You can also cut the speeder if you want to get within melee range and just deal with the speeder that way.
Okay. Question. How far away is the droid speeder from me?
It is 60 feet in closing. I'll say, if you just stop movement, you will easily, just...
What? That is... No, actually, that's perfect. Okay, so... For movement, I want to pull off some, kind of... bobbing this way and that way to kind of some fancy slick moves to throw the droid's aim off.
Okay.
As well as for my action, I want to cast darkness on the droid.
Okay, all right. So
he can't see shit.
Jesus. Okay. Nah, I like this plan. Go ahead and make me another piloting check.
What?
Piloting check first to see if
Piloting
you can...
check. Okay. Come on, be better.
7.
Not as much better.
It's
Fuck.
like it's getting rough. I'll say like your ship is like in an attempt to sort of try to do like these neat like swerves and drifts, or like you're like stalling up the engines and like getting it like filled with sand, and it's just, and like now like your like vision is like you're like, if this were like a Mario Kart map overhead, you would see that like Raz is like just going off of the line entirely, and it's like at some points there's like wrong way, and then like you're
Yep.
course corrected. But
Come on!
the droid is still on you, and just remind me, like put in chat what I need to do for darkness,
Sure.
because I actually don't know if it affects droids or it should affect droids and constructs.
It does. It like, or
And I'm assuming you're
I don't think you have to roll anything. It just happens.
Oh, yeah, then that could totally work. Are you centering it on
Yeah.
the speeder or the droid itself?
On the droid, because that's the one like shooting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then on the droid.
Yeah. Oh my god. So it's kind of now it just looks like a fucking dream sequence where like you're riding through this like a heavy sandstorm, and this giant 8-ball without the 8 is just tumbling behind you at full speed. I'm actually gonna roll a check to see if it can even still like, get on you at all.
If he just crashes.
I mean, yeah, I'll say like as you're like just like going full speed, and like as you like quickly turn around, one hand, get darkness on it, and it goes like, I have visual on the target. Wait, visual lost. Ah! Just like there was darkness, and then it's just a ball of fire.
Yes.
But yeah,
I just after I hear the explosion, I just smirk and go, try to chase me now.
all right. So, I'll say this is the last portion of this little trial. As you're coming up on the base, you see that there is a droid blockade. And it's a mixture of barricades, several droidicas, a lot of B1s sort of like kneeling down and like pointing their rifles at your general direction, and it looks like they're gonna start blasting you. Like this, picture it's kind of like a video game, and like there are the invisible barriers, so there's no way you can go around it. You have to go through it. But yeah, so that is within your way. The storm is like dying down at this point, but your speeder is very banged up, and like the base is just past this blockade. So yeah, you have your things as before.
I'm gonna cutting it really close here. So I still have movement and actions?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
And like Brass is going up top like, a little bit sloppy, kid, but I'm thinking about what I'm saying. Remember, your speed is also an extension of you. Use that to your advantage. These droids aren't that bright.
Understood. Are there any ramps or things to kind of propel me into the air?
These speeders have a fly speed, so I'll say, yeah, this will be part of the piloting check. We'll see timing, getting the flight right in order. If you want to just try to just straight up jump or ram through them, that'll be a check for that, a piloting check. But if you also have like, your standard action or bonus action to cast things and all that to, if you want to try to get through the blockade that way.
Okay. How many droids are we talking? Is it just like one huge target or individual targets?
Yeah, it's like 2 droidicas on the left and right side of the barricade, and you've got about 10, like a small squad, or like 2 squads, if that, worth of battle droids, so like 8 of B1s just sort of posted there, and they're like, one of them's got like a megaphone's being like,
Attention, Republic Dog. Stop where you are or you'll be blasted to space dust.
and like you see the droidicas, like their shields are up and their guns are cocked.
Hey, I got an idea here.
All right.
See if it pays off. I don't know. Okay, so you said if I like fly it or make it jump, that would count as both a piloting and an action?
Oh
Or
no,
just-
like for piloting it like over or through the barricade and not getting your shit smacked, that's just your piloting.
Gotcha,
Like
okay.
Yeah, that's your piloting check. You still have the action thing if you want to do that first in order to try to make that easier for you.
I will, yes. So
Right.
I'm gunning through the center here,
Mm-hmm.
which is where I'm assuming most of the droids are crowded together.
Yeah. The B ones are all like in an arrow formation. Like all of them are
Cool.
within that center area. Most of them are within that area.
I'm to like kind of throw them off their game. I'm gonna cast Force Lightning on them.
Okay. All
You
right.
sound so surprised.
Jeez, no chill.
I was like, maybe, I don't know, using. No, lightning works. Love
Listen.
this shit.
Live fast, die fast. Kerchow.
Live hard, die hard.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll like a couple of. I'll just roll some d20s and see how well they do.
Just put it here.
No, I have to do it. Yeah, disadvantage.
You gotta do a dexterity save.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the droids' dexes aren't great, so I'm assuming it's like a +2, we'll say, or I can actually. I could have sworn the droid stats are on here within this. Let me shiggity check. They're past the Force Gods. B1 battle droids, yes. Yeah, the dex is only +2, so you have. We'll go it in the order of the rolls. So, 1 is an 8,
That's a fail.
8,
Fail.
12,
Fail.
and 4.
Fail.
All right, go ahead and roll your lightning damage.
Yes.
And like you see, like the commander, like as you're preparing this like ball of lightning, you're like you just like hear it like in the simulation, like everything's like hyper sensitive, so you can hear it. And he's like,
Commander, they're not stopping. Open fire!
and like you're just getting hailed on by bullets. Yeah, I'll say that takes out a decent chunk of the squad. And then like there's just droid bits everywhere. There's enough. It's a tight opening, but you got it. So I need you to make a piloting check now to see if you can get through all of this hailfire.
Come on. The speed. Yeah, boy.
It is so goddamn close. like as like you're like going through like your engine is just about to stall and then like you just sort of like rev it up one more time like come on. And describe how you get through the finish line. Or just break through the barricade. Like it's still up and the droidicas are still firing off at you independently.
So after casting my lightning on them to make a small opening, I rev up the engine, full speed, no stop. I kind of use like the force to like propel me and the bike slightly into the air,
Mm-hmm.
taking a nosedive and using the it doesn't have wheels, but like imagine anything under the bike, like what would be wheels, like crashing down on any surviving droids in the center,
Yeah.
like crushing their heads,
Yeah.
and then doing a you know that Also in Cars, when McQueen learns the technique from like Doc on the curb,
he does the fucking drift.
I do the drift to pass the finish line.
Yeah, and like you
Turn
do
right
that,
to go left. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn right to go left. But yeah, like as like you do that, you like droid heads are like being, or like still some droid heads and parts are being attached, or like getting off of your speeder as you're going through, and like you just sort of like hard turn into the base, and like yeah, like you're like as like you are like getting it, like turning it off, and the speeder just like it is fucked. Like in the simulation, the speeder will like not see the light of day for months, if ever. But yeah, like you look on the leaderboard, and like yeah, like it's like it is pretty much like a video game where like you just see
You passed this simulation in 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
hot, and like you see like you're, and like yeah, you have the option to like put in your put in a little code. Like, you know, it's a standard, like, Arabish 4-letter, very much like an arcade high school room.
I do that.
Like, you just put in, like, Raz with, like, 2 Z's.
You know what? Sure, why not?
Awesome. But yeah, so you put...
Storming.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Did I break it?
Yeah. You put in Raz with 2 Z's. I'll say, like, yeah, you're in, like, the top 15? Like, there are like, some, or I'll say, like, you make it into the top 9. Like, you're, like, just better than, like, the 10th person who got on here. And, like, you're seeing, like, all the other high scores, like, CT something something. And, like, you see, like, at the very top, BRSS. And he got through this within 45 seconds.
Is there like butt in there somewhere? Like BUTT.
They're the 10th one. So Raz is right next to Butt. But yeah, as like the simulation.
It's fine.
Yeah. You're slightly better than ass. Like, take pride in that.
Yes. You gotta word it like that.
But yeah, you get out of the simulation and like take off the helmet, and Brass sort of looks to you, and then to Patch, just sort of like with like an eyebrow raise, like, really? And then just looks back to you, Raziel, and goes, "Well, kid, I'll say you certainly have a way with that speeder. If you're willing to take out the time with the rest of your day, I'll improve it up. You're not. If you intend to spend any more time with the 99, with the Lancer Regiment of the 99th Battalion, let alone the rest of this group, I'm gonna teach you how to use a speeder right."
And it's like, I face Brass, like, kind of taking the helmet off. Yeah, sorry for the bike, but yeah, I am definitely interested in learning more. Hopefully without taking as many hits as I did there, but I wouldn't mind doing it again.
It'll get better with time. Just look. Well, it's easy to just... I know it's nothing... It's a lot more speed to deal with than you're used to. But it's all about letting the bike and whatever you're using do all the work for you. And just letting your senses do the rest. And yeah, he will spend the rest of the day showing you how to get better on riding the speeder. So I need you to make me a intelligence check and another dexterity check, and also a piloting check. So just
Okay,
3 more checks.
Okay, intelligence, dexterity, and piloting. Gotcha. And like, as he goes, right before he teaches me more, I just like give him a salute and go, "Sir." Let's see, intelligence. that. Oh, it's not too bad.
Okay.
Dexterity. And piloting. Come on.
All
Ow.
right. It's not perfect. Like, you're not getting on it as fast. Like, you're picking up a couple things here and there. Like, you're at least knowing a way how to, like, make those tighter turns and, like, not avoid blaster fire a little bit better. From this, I'll say instead of you costing full movement to get on a speeder, or half movement, it's gonna instead only cost you 10 feet now. It's not, or like at least to mount normal speeders, not necessarily animal mounts that aren't trained. But yeah, it's a little something.
Something. I'll keep at it. I'll keep practicing with this.
All right.
It's something.
But yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, and I'll say just one final thing before we'll take a quick break and reach Coruscant. We'll go with Soren and Quinlan. Back in, I'm assuming you did take up his offer, Soren, to meet up with him?
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Just need to look up one little thing off of the good old Wikipedia. Is he a specialist in this one? Okay. Going off to here. And what is your form again?
Ataru. Form 4.
Okay. So, as like he is there, and like just sort of like in like, you know, in his more usual guard, like you see like he's carrying himself a little bit more, and yeah, he's just sort of like standing there cross-armed and goes, "All right. Well, I can't exactly take you on as a Padawan or anything. Consider this a nice little brushing up on what you already know and seeing if we can iron out some of your techniques."
Okay. Sure.
I've noticed you actually use my preferred form of fighting, Ataru.
Yeah, it's very useful to stay nimble and get out of sticky situations. You see, for me, I'd like to be a little bit of at a distance, you know?
Show me some leaps with that, if you don't mind. And like he'll like press a little button, and like you see like these like floating cubes coming up and out of the floors and from the ceiling, and the walls are making their way. It's kind of just like very like quick shifting platforms, and walls are like showing up, and yeah, he's just sort of standing across this long room now, just begging to come on.
Sure. Then in that case, I will go into form for Ataru, and take the bonus action to do to leap 15 feet onto one of the platform things.
All right, and yeah, I'll say from here, as you like keep doing this, if you could make me 3 acrobatics checks.
Oh, sure. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, 2 out of 3, not bad.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
Yeah, first one is a little bit
We
rocky.
take those.
Yeah. First one's a little bit rocky. Like you're just getting used to it, like as you're about to jump on one platform, the other one just sort of like gets you right in the gut, but like you're on it, just you took a little bit of it took a little pride out of you. But after that, you're sort of leaping from platform to platform, moving about, and like using your body and your momentum to get to each next individual one, and goes, and as like you just sort of land in front of Voss, he goes, "Well, very nicely done. It's certainly interesting execution."
Yes, yeah, it's a lot hard. Usually I'm carrying the rifle, so I'm a little bit off balance. The light was in my eye, and you know my nose is a little itchy. So you know I could have done much better, but you know given the circumstances, I feel like that was quite good.
let's try something. Let's see if we can amp it up a little bit more. And he asks you to just again go from the top, and this time the platforms are going to be going in a much faster pace.
Okay.
And there's even going to be more space between them.
Then in that case, I will go into go into Way of the Hawkbat.
Okay. Your Taru form, it doesn't, the leap provokes opportunity attacks, or no?
The leap can.
Okay. Alright, so as part of the bonus action, you have advantage on the first attack roll within 5 feet when you land. Alright, and let me just double check. Force jump.
Sorry to throw a bunch of mechanics at you.
It's all good. I got some stuff for you.
It's basically a 30-foot leap as a bonus action.
Got it. All right. So, while you go ahead and make me first an I'll say 2 intelligence checks and 2 acrobatics checks.
2 intelligence, okay. Intelligence. Cool. Great. Even better. Hell yeah. Acrobatics. Oh!
Oh my god.
Sweet.
Yo!
Dang.
Baby triple!
Oh, wow. Talk about the scales. Averaging out in both that you do fine. But yeah. So it is a little hard at first. Just getting the timing down of these are going much, much faster. And yeah, you're sort of scraping by, you have to using momentum, it still works, but you even have to get a lot more running starts and using, at some point you have to even do that thing from the first Spider-Man movie where you wave your hands in the air to try to get even the slightest bit more air before you land on each individual platform. And
exerting a little bit more force in my jump.
Yeah. And yeah.
Look at that. Quinlan. Give me a real challenge.
All right. Let's see if you can keep that up. And as he pulls out his saber, mid-combat.
Oh fuck.
And you'll
bust
Don't
out
get
the saber.
cocky, kid.
all right. And yeah, I'll say one final time. Same 4 checks, and DC's gonna be a little bit higher this time.
Okay. All right. These are gonna be worse. I can feel it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And yeah. Okay.
Okay. So you're getting much better at the timing, but holy shit, do you realize Quinlan is beating the fuck out of you in this? You're just come on, keep your guard up, and he just sort of kicks you off of one platform, and you manage to secure yourself onto others, but at the same time, then he's just the next thing you know, he's immediately right behind you and just sucker punches you, and he presses a button and the simulation stop, and he just jumps down from the platform and offers you a hand to pick you up.
I will take it. Whew. Oh, I'm not used to that. Oh.
It was good work, though. I hadn't fought anybody like that in a good while. Even though we just had a bigger fight yesterday, it was nice to at least get some mobility in, Nice workout.
I can say the same. I'm used to being the one just kind of watching the movements and firing from afar, being up and close. An entirely different game.
Yeah, but hopefully this helps in with making that mobility a lot more better for you, Oh god. Yeah, I'm a little Still a little sore from Duxon, don't mind me.
No, same.
Yeah, I will say, as part of that training, as now, you're not at the mastery of this form yet, but as part of the Ataru form, the leap, in the 15-foot leap, attacks opportunity with that are now disadvantage.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Let me just change that in the in my. So, form 4 Ataru or Way of the Hawkbat. Which one do you say?
It's Ataru form, the one that's
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Just the lightsaber form. If you guys are fine with it, I'm experimenting that each individual form will be upgraded along the way as you focus on training that specifically. Also, you still have that Magna Guard paper on all the lightsaber
Yeah, I do.
forms, so
Yeah.
you can also read. It's a lot easier to train with another person on it. It can be done by yourself, it's just a lot harder without someone to help
Yeah.
execute it. But
Yeah.
It's just the next level of it, so now the attacks opportunity are at disadvantage with this ability in particular.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna put it in chat. See if this language makes sense to you.
Attacks opportunity as a result of this movement are at disadvantage. Yes.
Okay, cool.
All right. But yeah, I think with that we are good to take a quick 10-minute break, and then we will. By the time we get back, we will kickstart off what will be going on Coruscant. So, all y'all be ready to have in mind what you want to do once we reach that system. But
Nice.
yeah, hope you guys liking what we got so far.
I
Heck
got
yeah.
to ride a speeder,
We got
boy.
some memes.
You don't have your own yet, but it's
I don't-
progress.
I'm getting there. I will get there. It's
Kid with
progress.
the motorcycle. What the hell?
I mean, hey,
I mean, yeah, no, Raz is force sensitive and responsible. but-
not even the Jedis have their own. They have their own fighters. Why can't an agent have their own speeder?
Exactly. I don't see anything wrong with that.
And you can it's something you can keep in the ship if you want to go on vacation or take a ride throughout town and stuff. You could treat yourself to shit like that.
I couldn't find any good cinnamon memes for for Viper's section, but
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we will continue.
Wait, cinnamon memes? What?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon 2.0, cinnamon plus $5
Also,
Patreon
Kevin?
cinnamon.
Kevin! Hold on.
Yes. What? What did I do?
What? Uh-oh.
I swear. Wait, are we live?
We're still live. Yes.
Fuck.
I mean,
All right,
go
no.
ahead.
Well, hold on.
No, go off, go off.
Okay, fine. I swear to God, if we go and I see fucking Kanan, I'm going to lose my shit in the chat. Okay? Okay.
we are all in agreement here.
Okay. I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to object to that. You just feel how you feel, sweetie.
I think let's take a break
Yeah,
before
we'll
before we turn Kevin limb from limb, because that's what it
Yeah.
sounded like.
Hey, it's you see Kanan arrives, he kills the old Padawan, and I will beat Deva Palava soon. That's that.
Stop,
I'm
that's not what I
not
meant
that-
at all.
Okay.
I'm going to freak out because I just remembered that's who the Padawan is that she takes
Yep.
in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Wild.
Oh yeah. But yeah, we will be back after a quick 10-minute intermission. So that's 9:47 p.m. for us EST folk and 6:47 for all of y'all out in the west. So
6:57.
yeah, so we'll see y'all at 6:57. We'll be
West
right
Coast gets
back.
no break. Let's go. Okay.
West Coast represent.
We'll be right back, everybody. And we are back, everybody.
Yay!
Howdy, howdy.
Yes.
I'm Sheriff Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
Ha! Give me that.
He's the rootless, tootless cowboy.
This
in
cowboy in
the-
the
Wow!
West. Woody's Roundup.
Oh, I forgot that part. Like,
Hello, everyone.
Woody's
This is turned into a
Roundup.
Toy Story campaign.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is
Yeah.
Kevin Perjurer, and welcome to another episode of Defunct Land.
Yeah, you guys are all now toys within Anakin's room. Good luck.
Anakin,
Annie's coming! Annie's coming!
Annie's coming.
Oh my god, yo!
He's killing younglings. What do we do?
Annie's coming.
You are a child's training saber! You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity. Farewell.
I'm just picturing the fucking little army men just like with their binoculars on like, Sir, I see Andy. He's appears to be killing younglings.
Oh my god!
Just sees all the little
Of
binoculars from the temple. Okay, enough of
Let's
the
get, I think we're getting sidetracked here.
Oh,
Bruh.
God.
But yeah, so getting back on point, you guys reach Coruscant. No hitches to be had. No pirates. No space whales. No crazy Jedi killing maniac stopping you this
Yet.
time.
That we know of.
Yet.
That you know of.
Yes.
Yeah, all of the above. But yeah, is there anything you guys like to do? Like, I'll say it is about midday, about like a little bit past noontime on Coruscant. Sun's still out. Traffic do be a buzzing. Doesn't appear to be anyone waiting for you at the clone station as you arrived on the acclimator and you're brought on board. Ooh, I will say though, as like you guys are each like reconvened on the ramp of the ship. Well, we'll go in reverse order this time. So Raz, Brass sort of follows along with you and goes, right, just give me the comm number here. Just punch this in, and if you got some downtime across the weeks, I want to revisit, keep up the simulations with you. Maybe with time you can eventually get your own speeder, but for now we'll see if we can secure you a rental, for lack of a better word.
Yes, sir. Of course. I'll let you know. And I give him a salute, just trying to hide the eager smile, but I just go, looking forward to more lessons.
Good. Just know next time, any other damages, they're on your credits.
Right. Yeah. Sorry again.
The simulation, that speed is totally fine. You just really mucked up the one inside it. Like, it was like, the gray we got back from it was like a C average, a 70% success, not exactly what the standards of my squad are really looking for, but I see potential, and I would like to expand upon that.
Me as well. I will try not to execute any more reckless driving, for lack of a better term.
Right. See to it that you do. Brass out! And he will salute you, and he will get back on the acclimator. I'll say actually, like, all this time, he's sort of been, like, walking and talking, like, while, like, he's had, like, the bike just, like, you know how sometimes people with bikes will just, like, walk and talk and the bike is just rolling alongside them? Like, he's doing that with the speaker. Yeah.
Nice.
And then, like, as, like, the conversation ends and you are at the off-ramp, he'll sort of ride off into, just another part of the barracks. But yeah, I'll say...
and I watch him go off, and I just kind of... I mutter to myself, and I just go, I really gotta learn how to drive one of those.
Alright, and we'll say everybody else, you all reconvene at the, just after Raz at the ramp. Mikkel, the Padawan, is still at your side, Shir'iven, and I'll say BB and is side by side with Voss as everyone's meeting up, and Voss goes, I'll meet you guys. I'll see you around at the temple, Shiri. Well, you're gonna want to fill in the council, or Obi-Wan with what's going up, with what happened.
Of course. I'm going to find Mikhail's master first before I do that.
And BB still holding on to Xantos, who's been passed out. He hasn't been.
This man has been in a coma, damn!
He's been in a coma for like days now. Whoa.
Damn.
We almost killed this man.
Yeah.
I mean, fair. We fucked him up pretty hard.
Yeah, like he is like. It
At
has
this point,
been
it's medically
3
induced.
days. Yeah, the whole. We'll say the whole trip. The whole like turnaround thing has been about 3 days worth of space travel.
Base.
Yeah. And BB, like, holding up him by the cufflinks on his back, goes, oh, and I'll take this little chap off to Coruscant's custody, and he'll be tried and brought before a council to determine his punishment.
Right. Thank you, baby.
Of course, Master. Of course, General. I'll see you around. See you all around, and, Viper, you have my comms if you wish to partake in a drink.
Of course. And you do the same.
And she will walk off and take a lift off to the, Republic Police Building. And yeah, you are all back on Coruscant. You still, your ship is being brought into the, it got pretty banged up after Duxon. Like, the engines were, they were pretty, Fido messed them up good. Rest his peace. Rest in peace. Good Lord.
Rest
The
in
robot
peace.
doggo.
Rest in pep.
Rest in pupper.
Rip and
Rest in
pepperoni.
pupper. Big pupper.
But yeah,
Sorry.
Big boy!
yeah.
Big boy man.
Ship got wrecked pretty hard, and the clones are now attending to that, what they can. And yeah, you guys have Coruscant at your fingertips. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
I'm gonna bring that kid back.
All right. I'm assuming y'all are tagging along with Shiri.
Yeah, I will. Raz will.
Do you require my Oh, okay.
It's the cops. Like,
Yeah, gotta go.
They're on to us. No, they're on to me.
This is the Republic Police. We have you surrounded. Put your blue
Space
hands
Fuzz!
so we can see them.
Soren, this is just going to be a quick drop off. You can come with us if you want.
If only if you needed me.
If you need to be somewhere else, it's totally fine.
Sure. Thank you. I will walk off in a different direction.
Okay. And what about you, Viper? Tagging along with the Jedi, or you going with Soren, or you going your own way?
He's got nowhere else to go, so yeah, no, might as well tag along with them.
All right. So we'll do the Jedi stuffs first. So you guys take a little transport off to the giant temple, easy enough to get there, and greeted by the usual temple guard. They walk you throughout, and I'll say, like, as you're walking around, and like you come into like the council, like as like it's like just starting to like reconvene, and they're ending a meeting, and like Yoda's there, like, Master Shir'iven, delightful to see you. It is productive your mission on Duxon was.
It was, Master Yoda. Glad to finally be back.
And you see like Mace Windu just sort of look behind you. It goes, I see you have brought a new friend for us.
Yes, he was actually taken by the one we actually have in the barracks currently. Someone that was trying to use I'll explain a bit, but we found him when we discovered this temple of the brother. And he got left behind while searching for his kyber crystal.
See this, I do. And like Yoda will sort of like waddle on over to the kid and like offer a hand to him, like, and like, yeah, like this kid, like he's like terrified a little bit, like still like hiding behind your cape and clutching onto it like really tightly.
Fury is going to reassuringly place a hand on his back and usher him towards Yoda. It's all right. He's not going to hurt you.
Only questions for you we have. Keep you safe here. We will. And like first Mikkel like looks to you, Shiri, with very like puppy dog eyes, and then looks off to you, Raz.
I'll be right here.
And then Yoda will escort him off. And Mace will sort of pipe up and go, any other developments on Duxon that we should know about?
One we have in the barracks is currently in a coma-like state, so we won't really have many answers from him until he wakes up. But, Shiri looks to Raz.
He looks, his eyes kind of glance down. He looks a bit troubled, but he looks back up to Shir'iven.
Do you want to tell?
I don't want to hide anything, but he kind of tenses up, kind of shifts really uncomfortable, but he keeps his gaze.
And like Mace Windu is just like glaring you down, like with his arms folded, and he goes, "Boy, if anything of importance happened on that world, we need to know. This is a mission by the Council. No one else should have known about this."
It takes him a moment before he looks to Mace. Another moment before he nods. Right. A lot happened in the temple, and it's probably important to tell you about it. For starters, we discovered a holocron there.
Who has the holocron on them? Is it me?
I think it was Voss.
That would be
yeah.
Yeah, boss.
Yeah, Voss has that, and Soren has the amulet, I believe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just got back. Quinlan actually has the holocron on him. And then we also found an amulet, which I will retrieve from Soren as soon as we leave.
I see. And did you encounter any other resistance?
We encountered Asajj Ventress. She said that I had a bounty on my head and was trying to take me dead or alive.
Apparently, she has some grudge against Shir'iven, but we fought them off as we tried to escape Duxon. She had a gang of bounty hunters from the looks of it. I don't know any of them.
One of them actually was someone who'd captured me before I joined the group to come back here.
This complicates things. you see his mace is like beginning to scratch his chin a little bit and like try to piece everything together. No mere bounty hunter should have been able to acquire this information. This was clearly kept on a need-to-know basis within the council. So either someone on this mission or within our own ranks has informed our enemies of what we're doing. He just sort of looks to both of you.
This was kept secret between all of us. I can swear to you that my group never had anything to do with that.
Be that
Right.
Even if that is the case, I would advise being especially cautious with where you tell your associates of anything private of that level. If the Separatists get their hands on this holocron or find out where these other artifacts are, then it could spell doom for us all.
Of course.
That's another thing. When I opened the holocron, it showed a map leading to other temples with more than likely other holocrons the Sith might be after. I figure it's only a matter of time before they find out and try to get their hands on them. Which could spell bad news for everyone.
And Mace sort of like turns around, like still like stroking his chin, and looks back and goes, as long as that holocron is within our possession, we should at least have a head start on what we're looking for, and we can keep it safe within the halls of the temple. It hasn't been breached in thousands of years, for 1,000 years, so we should be alright in keeping that information under lock and key.
And I will retrieve it. I can actually go now and grab it.
See to it that you do. And remember, Shir'iven, keep your guard up with even your closest friends. You might not be sure who everyone is truly aligned with. Go and retrieve the holocron.
Of course. And I'll grab the amulet as well. Thank you, Master Windu. And Shuri bows her head.
Alright, and he bows as well. And, you leave the room, I assume?
Yeah, Shuri's gonna look to Raz when they leave and the door's shut behind them.
Actually...
Oh! Oh?
Oh?
Uh-oh!
Raz will be
Uh-oh!
like, Raziel, I need to speak with you. Privately.
Okay. And he looks to Shir'iven and just kind of goes,
And
Oh.
Mace kind of like does a nod to like, kind of in a shoo you off emotion, but more of like, you can go. I got this.
Just find me when you're done. And she bows her head yet again and leaves the room with Viper.
Off we go.
Yep. We're gonna go find Quinlan now.
and Raz watches them leave and then kind of awkwardly stands there as he slowly looks to Windu.
Yeah. I will, just to get a feel of like how the situation is. Like the council room, like you're in like that area. Like all this conversation you guys been having has been taking place while the other members are sort of getting up, coming and going, leaving and getting their things. And now like as Shir'iven leaves and the door closes, suddenly like you Raz alone with Windu in this room, it feels like he's not even doing anything, and you feel the power off of this guy. And it
It's intimidating.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's like
odd-
being in the office with the principal in elementary school.
Yeah, it's yeah, kind of. It's like very just an intimidating, familiar yet also unfamiliar aura he's giving off, like, and like he just sort of he like takes his seat, and he still like has his robes, and he goes, "Please, make yourself comfortable." As he like motions off to a seat opposite of him.
And he will just awkwardly and silently walk over to the chair he gestures to, sits down. His body's very tense, but he looks up to Indu and goes, "So, what do you wish to speak to me about, sir?"
I'd been thinking, ever since I first saw you with that trial against young Skywalker and the ceremony with Master Yoda. How long have you been training under Maul?
For 8 years, sir.
And he taught you every form of lightsaber combat?
I wouldn't say that. When I left him, my training was incomplete.
I noticed. You seem to have a lot of Form 7, specifically Juyo, and hints of the pod which concern me, as that is a form of my own creation.
I didn't know.
And he's just like, yeah, he's like sort of like just giving you like this glare, like with his hands like still, fingers like crossing in between each other. Very much like a PTA meeting and the teacher's just like looking you
Yeah,
across.
just like, and just Raz is, his hands are on his knees and he's just, his back, he's sitting up straight, eyes wide, just like kind of the anime, like sweating, like, oh god, what's he gonna say next? He looks
Okay.
very nervous.
Okay. Actually gonna see something. He's gotta be around here, I would think. Probably. I'm just checking to see his shits. Okay. Let's just see if he has anything that might be good. And he sort of takes off the robes and goes, "Are you nervous?"
To be quite frank, yes.
If there's something you have to say, I want you to feel like you can tell me. I know you're not my Padawan, and merely someone who signed up to fight for the Republic, but if you're locked in step with one of my comrade, my fellow Jedi, I at least deserve to know if she's in danger. And especially with my form is being used. And he's just like, yeah, he's just getting himself like, you see him like rolling his shoulders a little bit.
If you think that I would attack her, I swear I would never do anything to endanger my team. I'm tired of causing pain for others. I'm tired of hurting people. For once, I want to do some good. And I know you and the rest of the Jedi probably distrust me, and for good reason. But I want to prove myself. And I want to get stronger so our enemies don't hurt them. Don't hurt any of us. I want to get stronger so they can't use me to hurt them.
Is that what happened on Duxon? You hurt someone, one of this crew you care about?
His eyes widen for a bit. He tenses. After a moment, he nods and goes, I lost control. I entered a room in the temple and there was so much dark energy that just overwhelmed me, clouded my mind. Seeing a dark version of myself, hearing the Sith code in my mind. I attacked one of my teammates without realizing it before it was too late. I don't want that to happen again. I don't want it to be so easy for them to get inside my head. But I don't know how. I don't know who to go to.
You're still combating elements of the dark side left in you.
I thought I had a good handle on it after I left. But after what happened on Duxon, that apparently isn't the case. It's still in me, and I don't know if I can ever truly get rid of it, but if I can at least control it, make it my own so I don't hurt anybody else again. But I don't know what to do. Nobody else around here has the power to use the dark side as far as I know.
Remove your robe, young boy. And his robe has been off, and he's like just sort of he's been standing up, sort of hearing all of this, and like at the mention of like the dark side of no one here being able to use it, he just sort of like looks like you just see him like crack a slight smile, and he's just like, "Go on, take it off."
Just takes the robes off.
Bring out your weapon. And like you see like he brings out his saber and switches it on. Doesn't do like a big old flourish, but at least like a nice small twirl.
Raz brings out his weapon and ignites it.
It is, and like as like he is like talking to this, he's like sort of looking you across this circle, and he's like doing this sort of like walking around it as like he's going left. You're almost subconsciously moving the opposite directions, like still like locking eyes with him. And he goes, "I will admit, as someone myself, I myself will admit to have tapped into the dark side to gain this effective power. It is not easy to resist, but it is all a matter of balance. To just know precisely how much to tap into and not lose yourself.
You know it too?
Is my philosophy that it helps to learn both perspectives on the Force to gain a true understanding. Though, I do focus on fighting for the light and not breaking those ideals. But beyond that, I do see that there are benefits to tapping into that passion. And with that, he sort of blink of an eye, think fast, and he is going to attempt to attack you.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I'm just gonna roll. That is a 17 hit.
That is my AC.
All right, he misses. So while your saber is still out, like, it's crazy fast how, like, from one moment he didn't even like look like he cast any power, but he just sort of like appeared within your face. And like as like that strike sort of dissipates, and he is going to make another one. 25.
That hits.
Okay, so you take. This is gonna be a decent bit. So this is. Hold on, that's not all the damage. 15 points of damage as he just sort of slices you across the arm a little bit.
Okay. All right. Not bad.
And let's see. Yeah, he's got one more in him. Oh, cocked. 23.
Yes.
And that is another 20 damage on you.
20. Okay.
All right. And like as like he will back off, are you going to try to get an attack on him? Or do you let him walk off?
You know what? I'll get in one.
Okay.
Since he's kind of caught the notion that this is some sort of duel.
Right, go ahead and make a attack on him. 11.
Ah, no.
Just sort of like minimal effort, like as after the first attack and he takes one step back, you just see it's almost like he looked ahead and like even though you're going in for that lunge or that slash across, he just sort of ting, beats the saber off. Not even enough time for both purples to like fully make contact or the just it was very quick as he backs up and goes, good. How is this making you feel?
I'll admit you're pretty fast.
Comes with practice. Let me actually look over your things one more time. He's gonna now he'll like sort of ease into a more guarded stance, and he'll just sort of do like the whole Neo sort of like come at me sort of finger bend thing. So he's giving you the chance to attack him how you wish, preferably with lightsabers, because you're still in. I mean, unless you want to just fuck up the council chambers, that's up to you.
No. I'm not that desperate.
Okay. Alright.
I'll stick to sabers for this one.
Alright. Are you gonna do your form thing for bonus action?
Yeah. Like,
Alright.
after he does the finger thing, I get into my form as a bonus action and kind of take the bait and go in swinging.
Alright. Go ahead and make your first attack.
Hey.
18 misses.
Alright, second attack.
Natural one. Like, as, like,
God.
you, like, do, like, this one big, like, flurry spin and, like, attempt to go at him, and then you do another one, and he just sort of trips you up, and you are, like, fall on your ass. And he puts the saber to your neck. You have power in your strikes, but you lack the calm in order to fully execute them to full effect. And like he'll offer you a hand up.
And Rez will take it. Just kind of breathing out an air of frustration and just goes, so I'd noticed. Trying not to be so reckless, but I not there yet.
Without a master, it will be difficult. However, I can at least point you in the right direction. If you're going to be fighting and intend to master these abilities, then you should at least know how the right means to center yourself. And like he'll pull out a data pad and just like do some typing on it and goes, research these texts at the Jedi Archives. You can get these out and read them up for your own time, as long as you return them back, but these should help in realizing at least more, try to put you more in a calm state in the heat of battle. With that, it should help in making your strikes more accurate.
He looks at the text and goes, whatever it takes. I'm realizing I can't do this on my own. Any teachings, any advice is welcome.
Of course. I'm sorry that I can't take you on, or have even one of my own former apprentices take you in as a student. But, well, don't say this to many others, but I see a little of myself in you. It's
Really?
a bit raw in the dark side, a bit too raw on the dark side for my liking, but the potential is there to be a great warrior. I have a...
Yeah.
I will say the only one who surpasses myself in the art of war and all this is Yoda, and being only second to him, I know my fair share of being in a stressful situation. But it's always helpful to maintain that composure. And being one with the Force, it's all around you. It will guide you to the best result. You just have to let go. Tap into those emotions when you need them most, and when you're backed into those corners, but when you have the advantage, let it go. It'll show you the way.
Let it go. I'll admit that's my biggest struggle right now. But, like I said, I want to protect people. I want to save lives. I want to make up for what I did. So I'll do whatever it takes to be the warrior everyone needs me to be. I want to be better.
If I know it might be too much, I don't mean to pry of going over what your attachment is a personal matter. Just know that while passions are discouraged within the Order, it can be helpful in those moments to remind us what we are fighting for. Who we should put our lives on the line for. All in the name to keep the peace.
Okay. I think I can do that.
And he'll, like, put a hand on your shoulder. Let me see, does he have any? He does not. But yeah, he'll just be like, I'll lead you off to the care. Just, let's try keeping the sensitive information between us.
Raz smiles and goes, of course.
I hope.
And... Huh? Oh, go ahead.
I hope that perhaps one day, if there are, should any other Force sensitives who are unsure of themselves are unsure of themselves and signing on to the Order, perhaps you can be what inspires them to come to our side.
I admit that's putting me high on a pedestal, but yeah, I want to help guide others on the right path if I can. Make sure they don't make the same mistakes I did.
Of course. We will figure it all out as this war progresses. But take care of yourself. I want to see more of you out there, and maybe next time I'll let you get the hit on me.
I'll keep that in mind. And thank you,
Of course.
sir.
And Windu collects his robes and will walk you off out of the Jedi Council room. And now picking up to where Soren is. Where are you going, my friend?
I am going to the equivalent of a galactic post office.
Okay.
I collected a sample of a worm. I'm gonna go send it to get studied.
Okay.
The I forgot what they're called. The little you know what I'm talking about, right?
The brain worms, or
Yeah, the brain worms.
or
No, wait, no,
yeah,
not the
it's-
brain worm.
no,
from
it's
Duxon.
Fuck the beetles. I know what you're talking about. I just need to. It's hold on. I'll know it once I look through here. There's a Sith who has this armor of these little guys. This is so cute. He's got an armor of little buggies. Where is he? He's around here somewhere. He's almost there. Almost there. Wait. Oh, I think I got it. Maybe. Might have missed it.
Sure, whatever.
Wait, I got
whatever
it.
it is.
Wait.
Okay.
There we go. Orbalisks.
Orbalisk. Okay, yeah. So, I'm going to. I have one of my empty slug cartridges with
Yeah.
one of them in there, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna send that.
Yeah, you see, it is a little, it's eaten through a little bit of the case, so it's beginning to start to break it out of it, but then one of the transport post office droids goes attention all customers, any live creatures need to be stored in a special plastoid casing to be brought across galactic borders. Standard Republic policy. Hello, would you like to buy a Blastoid container for your live creature shipment?
Yeah, sure. Does it work like a stasis field, or is it just something that this little critter won't be able to eat through?
Precisely. It is designed to withstand most animal ability abuse.
Great. Okay, then I'll take one of those and
That will be 50 credits plus tax.
done. What is tax here?
10%, so an additional 5 credits.
Sure. There you go. I'll pick out the plastic case, stick it in there, cartridge and everything. Give it a little bit of food for the ride,
Right.
and then transfer 55 credits.
And where are you sending it off to?
I imagine Jakku.
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Alright, so you send that off, no problemo. And I'll say you get, in the meantime, you get a call from Quill. And
Sure.
he's just like, Soren, is everything okay? I hadn't heard from you in a couple of days. What's the status on your situation?
Oh, things are doing pretty good. We're back in Coruscant. Man, Duxon, never go to Duxon. I will tell you that right now. Duxon sucks. Terrible.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Were you able to retrieve the thing the master asked for?
Yeah, sent it off just a moment ago.
Oh, beautiful. Just be mindful. I just wanted to let you know that we have a potential hit on a system coming up.
What do you mean?
We're trying to align ourselves with a certain organization, or at least we have an inside man trying to start something up within the system, a coup, if you will. We could be looking at a lot of recruits if all of this goes well.
It's very strange. We've never aligned with any one group before. We've always been just sort of picking out individuals.
Well,
Is that right? As far as I know.
It's mostly been
Okay.
individuals, but Quinn goes like, but this is the interesting part. He is sort of masquerading himself as this ancient warrior of old. But there may be truth to his claim. He appears to have all the look and the language of one so regal as someone from that time, but he just lacks the financial support or means to get the right fear or respect from any like-minded folks that could join his cause. So we are assisting him, and this is a big one, so if you are nearby the system in any way, try to, and something goes on in the government, just don't worry about it.
Sure. You said Aku, so the Yaku system.
It's actually Mandalore.
Mandalore. Oh, Mandalore. Okay. And might I know the name of this organization, this leader?
He's calling himself Zendar the Conqueror.
Xandar the Conqueror. Well, you're right. Definitely sounds regal enough.
Yeah, it's one that definitely got the master's attention. But yes, I just wanted to update you on that. I'll leave you to your other duties.
Wonderful.
Right.
Be well.
All right. So all that happens, we'll say another week goes by, and eventually, everyone gets their stuff sorted. Sure, if you wanted to RP, bringing back Mikhail to Devapalaba, you can.
I mean, I can, but if you weren't going to shoot it in, there, then it doesn't seem to be too important, so it's fine. It's fine. We can move on.
Okay, cool. But yeah. And were you looking for anybody else, or is there anyone else anyone wanted to talk to while you're on Coruscant before we get into, towards, the final minutes here?
Nope.
Nah.
No, sir.
I mean, like during our time here, I would like to look at the books.
Oh yeah, sure. And yeah,
and-
there's also
yeah.
downtime stuff if people want to do that within the week before you guys are set off, or at least beginning to be set off for the next thing. So yeah, if you want to look for those book rags, go right ahead.
Yeah, I wanna look for the books, and I wanna do a bit more speeder training with brass. But the books
Oh.
first.
Okay, books first. So these are a lot of text. Let me actually, because I'm remembering. Wait, where is this guy's name? Oh, let me just look it up real fast. It's. I am. Makes me know Kenobi. No, I'm blanking on the name of this guy. But yeah, one of the originators of the lightsaber forms. He has a lot of text specifying on, focusing on, having a clear mind mid-combat, and like it's kind of think like the Dr. Phil self-help style books, but it's the Force and meditation and shit that actually works.
All right.
Yeah. And
All right.
yeah, and like there's like those things. There's like physical guides on, just meditation practices, and just overall like attuning yourself a little further into the light side. And yeah, I'll say for that, if you could make me, oh yeah, he also you see Windu also least, along with all those actual texts he recommended, he snuck in, you saw a little diagram of his form of Vapad in order to get something else of that form.
All right. Cool. Thank you, Windu.
Alright, so for this, I'm gonna need you to roll me an intelligence check to see how you do with understanding the light side forms, at least in this first couple days of reading it.
Okay.
Or I'll say intelligence and wisdom.
Okay. All right. Let's go with intelligence, wisdom.
Okay, that's better.
Okay. Yeah, like, it is a newer feeling for you. I think you have some light side powers originally, so you have, like, tapped into it before. And, like, now, like, you're reading all this stuff and how, like, the forces surrounding all living beings and not just those with good and evil. And, like, though it is a slight, like, color or differentiation between the two, like, it's all still the Force itself, and it's all the Jedi do is just bend it in a way that is, like, not using their raw emotions, just tapping into it as is and slightly influencing it, whereas the Sith rely more on raw emotion power and going as putting everything they can to every attack they do. When the book sort of, it's written in a skewed perspective, and more so the Jedi, where it says like the Sith, like they eventually feel drained after combat and things like that. Like how while fewer Sith, while it may take one Sith to take on a lot of Jedi, it is over time the Sith will in the end fall more easily, as like they will struggle each other to keep gaining that power. But all right, and now if you could make me some acrobatics and athletics check.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So let me just average that out. It would be... Yeah. I'll say with that, you are able to now have an understanding a bit more of the pod form that Mace was sort of displaying. So you now have access to the lightsaber Vapad form. So I'll just read off what it does for you. It's a once before the start of your next turn. If you have advantage on a melee weapon attack, you can choose to forgo the advantage. If you do so, you make one melee weapon attack against the same target, no action required. So,
All right.
yeah, it's a way to just sort of like, you know, like at the cost of focusing yourself more, you're getting more precise, getting more hits in on something. So, yeah, it's on the lightsaber forms list if you would like to add that for yourself.
For sure. I will. Awesome. Sick.
Yeah. Alright. And, we'll say for the speeder stuff, yeah, we'll give that, like, we'll have that be, like, the remainder half of your few days, and, yeah, go ahead and roll me for that. Again, this time 2 more acrobatics and 2 more athletics checks.
All right.
Let's see.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
All right. So, with that, you are now much, much better on getting in and around these speeders. And, yeah, Brass is just like, all right, kid, I've got some stuff for you. All right, I think this is enough to show what you've got. I'll take you out back and, we'll settle on a speeder for you once you have the free time. Keep in mind, this is the rental.
Right. Still, thank you, Lieutenant Brass. It's appreciated. Good to know my efforts are paying off.
Yeah, it's a lot of work you're putting in, kid. And, when I see good work, I recognize it. So, I want you riding alongside one of my men. We'll see if you're good enough to lead or ride with me at some point, but baby steps.
I won't let you down, and I give him a salute.
All right. So, if there's nothing else anyone else would like to do, we're going to fast forward off into the Chancellor's office.
I just want to make sure that I gave the amulet to Shiri.
Yeah.
You did. Yeah.
And I got the
Yeah, the
holocron.
Yeah. You got the holocron, and,
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
All right. So, Palpatine is there in his little office and has invited the 4 of you at this table, and you also have Obi-Wan on one of the comms channels, sort of in between all 4 of you. And Palpatine goes, "My friend, I heard about the mission that you sent these 4 individuals on. Why was I not informed of this decision?" And Obi-Wan just sort of pipes up, "Chancellor Palpatine, this was on a strictly need-to-know basis within the Council, and it was an order that needed to be dealt with personally." And Palpatine, rebuts back, "As long as a clone is present on these missions, it is considered a military matter. Thus, I should be informed. I hope next time, Kenobi, you take care in recognizing that." And Kenobi just bows, like, "Apologies, Chancellor." And, he just turns to you 4 and goes, "I take it everything on Duxon went well enough?"
We had a few bumps along the way, but came back fine.
It was terrible.
We managed okay.
And how about for yourself, Trooper? I know it's not exactly easy going up against combatants on this league, but Did you enjoy the challenge at the very least?
Was definitely a welcome pace of combat, so to say, Emperor, Chancellor. Forgive me, titles weren't exactly my
It's Obi-Wan.
force suit back on Camino, sir.
And like you just see
Foreshadowing.
foreshadowing. What?
I'm
Wait, what did he say?
he Viper lets slip Emperor or Chancellor. We what?
No! It was like
This is Obi-Wan, right?
like Obi-Wan was talking to you, but all right, you're just.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's the Emperor. Oh, I'm sorry. I
You're good.
I thought it was Palpatine. I'm sorry. I apologize for
you're
that. All right,
totally fine.
rewind.
It's,
Rewind, please. I did not mean for that to happen. Oh, I
yeah,
apologize.
Obi-Wan asks you if this was like all right for like taking people on a little bit above your usual pay grade.
Okay. With that in mind, new canon. Well, it was definitely a. And he just sort of like looks around, just trying to find the right words for it. Just like, welcome challenge. I need to better myself when it comes to lightsaber combat, I will say, he says, just sort of like flashbacks to his near-death experiences with Grievous and Ventress.
At the mention of lightsaber combat, like Obi-Wan just sort of raises an eyebrow and looks to you, Shir'iven. Just like gives a little side eye and like mouths like, what? Like, just like,
Oh my.
did you give him this idea? Like that kind of vibe.
Shiri like shakes her head like,
just like, no, not me. Oh my God. Like something like that.
yeah,
I am
basically
an
like,
innocent little lamb.
yeah, she kind of looks at him like, no.
And Obi-Wan's just like still raised eyebrow goes, quite. We will certainly look into that for you. And then
Oh, not that it's a complaint or anything. It's just, I mean, you're going to encounter, these Sith folk in war. It's just, not that it's a complaint. It's just, well, it won't get me off guard again next time, General.
duly noted. And then
Shiri's like, she has like her hand in her head. Just like,
yeah. And the blue dude that's always like right next to Palpatine is like
yeah, I know exactly who you're
Y'all
talking
know
about.
the
Yeah.
guy, yeah, he's always
Yeah.
Yeah,
always
yeah.
And the
that
red
guy.
robe. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that him.
yeah. And like he just sort of like comes on. He's like at Palpatine's side and goes like, Chancellor Palpatine, we appear to be receiving a distress call from the system of Mandalore. And Palpatine
Son of a
goes,
bitch.
proceed.
Oh.
And then you see, brought up on the middle of the table, two humanoid figures. The one that come like the most like lavishly dressed with like this beautiful headpiece, blonde flowing hair like all in curls, piercing, like even like through like the hologram, it's very big eyes, very full of expression, like sort of in this in like this very like adorned outfit, like her arm. It's like that thing where in certain outfits where like the sleeves you try like connect them in a way and like hide what your hands are doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like she's there just sort of like, trying to look all regal, and next to her you see this short-haired short redhead individual, a little bit shorter, but sporting, very finely very fine armor. She has several pistol holsters and a couple of grenades stored across the chest, and a rocket pack on her. And she goes, hello, this is Prime Minister Satine of Mandalore, requesting an audience with Chancellor Palpatine. And Palpatine goes, oh, hello, my dear. It has been far too long since we last made contact. How have things been on your system? And Satine goes, unfortunately, I'm afraid it says we've been dealing with some, the usual pirates and inter-corruption that we are looking to deal with. And she looks across and, like, sees Kenobi. And, like, you guys saw the second she popped up, like, Obi-Wan just sort of, like, did, like, a quick, like, oh shit kind of expression.
See, at that, the moment Shiri heard that voice, and she did that thing, like, when kids, like, hear, like, say, like, you're in a class and they're reading a story, and they hear your name, like, oh, Kevin did this, and blah, 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 and they all look at you. Shir'iven does that with Obi-Wan. She's just, like, has this shit-eating grin on her face, like...
And, like, yeah, like, Obi-Wan, like, face-palming, like, as... like, right up until, and, like, is just looking at you and just saying, like, don't you even, and then, like, as Satine, like, as Satine, like, turns to him, he's like, oh, Satine, it's been a few years, you've been looking splendid lately, and, like, Satine's like, well, it's unfortunate I can't see you in person, otherwise I would probably say the same for you. If you're not too busy, would it be possible for you to come to Mandalore and perhaps we can discuss negotiations? I'm considering finally making a decision and aligning with a side. I would just like to hear both arguments for both. And Obi-Wan, like, still, like, in his robes, is like, well, as much as I would take up the offer, your Duchess, but unfortunately I am held off with General Couto. Him, Anakin, and I are dealing with some insurgents on Tibrin, and it's looking to be quite an engagement. It will take us time. But I do recommend my friend Shir'iven and her allies will make most excellent guests at your estate.
Really?
And, like Obi-Wan, like, points off to you, Shir'iven, and gives you, like, the, now it's your turn, motherfucker, kind of look.
Oh.
She doesn't even miss a beat. She kind of just looks at him like, okay, we'll play you a game.
It's like,
And, like, Shir'iven...
oh, for real? On God?
On God?
And, like,
Call an ambulance.
Duchess kind of looks at you.
But not for
like,
me.
Oh. This Jedi is who you'd recommend? Not someone within the council?
And,
This
Obi-Wan,
Jedi.
Obi-Wan
This
sort of,
Jedi.
like... Obi-Wan, like, pipes up, please, Duchess, I know she might not exactly have a lot of experience compared to someone of myself, but we are in the midst of a great conflict, and I trust no one else more to handle a diplomatic matter than Shir'iven. We are very close allies in that. And Bo-Katan sort of pipes up, as long as she can hold herself in a fight, and her allies don't cause too much trouble amongst my people. We'll allow
At that,
it.
Shiri, she smirks a little and bows her head. Just, oh, I can assure you, I can handle myself, and I'm sure my allies can as well.
I've never met a Duchess before.
Well, you're going to meet one now.
Yay.
And, like, Satine is just, like, she switched from, like, this grimace kind of look, and then, or, like, this, like, sort of, like, ugh, like, like, in some of this, like, some of you caught a glimpse of, like, she, like, rolled her eyes a little bit, but she's just, like, looks to Bo-Katan, gives a little, like, nod and smile, and goes,
All right. If this is Obi-Wan's counsel, I will allow it. The four of you are due to come to Mandalore as soon as possible. I would advise buying some regal attire and making yourselves look presentable. You will be coming to the first ball for celebrating the anniversary of my coronation.
Sure that we are ready, and we shall be with you. We shall be over towards Mandalore within the week.
Of course. I will see you soon. What was
Thank
your
you.
name again?
Yes. Shir'iven is my name. And she bows her head to the hologram.
And Satine does the same and bows. And yeah, while they're bowing, like Bo-Katan is just scanning the three of you, like dead. Like if she stares at you, it's like even through here, she's just like, whoa. The energy, like she's just very like threatening kind of aura.
Like intense aura.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Fog.
and
I mean, Soren will raise an eyebrow.
My type of woman.
And like Bo-Katan like raises an eyebrow back at you, Soren,
Sure.
and Satine goes, "I will see you all soon. Take care." And then like you see Obi-Wan like sigh, like
Oh, slip. My bad. Don't pay attention to that. Sorry.
Obi-Wan like does a sigh of relief, and he's just like, "Well, if you need me, I'll be jumping into combat in just a moment. I could, my stomach was in my throat for a little bit. Take care."
Shuri kind of like looks at him like, oh, she's gonna make fun of this relentlessly. So she's just like looking at him like, okay,
For real?
Oh,
on God.
Yeah. And Palpatine goes, "If you can strike a deal with this system, this will be a monumental aid to the Republic. The clones being aligned with the top suppliers of Beskar in the galaxy, not to mention the leagues of Mandalorian soldiers they can provide for us for their services."
Of course, we won't let you down.
Good. Do try to make a positive impression. I would attend there myself, but this is a massive galaxy, and I already have plenty of matters to attend to right here.
Of course. Alright. With that, Shir'iven's gonna nod her head to the to him, and then she's just going to look to her group. Oh no. Let's go get ready for our visit to Mandalore.
Right. Raz just kind of just taking what he just saw, turning it in his mind, and will follow Shir'iven out the door.
All right.
Yeah, Soren is in a very good mood and follows suit.
The second they get out the door, just like Viper speaks up, just sort of like, does this mean we'll have to go clothes shopping again?
Yes, that's what that means.
You say that like it's a chore and something to be avoided.
I'm just saying, what is it with royal types and just fancy clothing for occasions? And nobody ever heard of casual wear?
They want to look their best and show off. That's all it is.
Whatever gets them going.
I guess. I'm still not sure I really know how to dance, though. Are we really right for this job?
It's not about learning to really dance. Just, we mingle. Say the best qualities of joining us in this war, and we could be off.
I mean, if you want some pointers, I've been to the occasional ball or two in my day.
So we do have a couple days to prepare, so you do have time, Raz.
Montage.
You know, fine, it's probably better to get pointers than just being me in there. Yeah.
But yeah.
I gotta ask though, what was that about with Obi-Wan? He just looks up and asks Shir'iven.
See, at that, Shuri kind of like, she snickers a little bit. Well, as you can see, when we were younger, Obi-Wan had a little bit of a crush on the Duchess. I used to torment him relentlessly over that.
Seems like a little bit more than a crush, then, from what I could tell.
Huh. And here I thought the Jedi weren't supposed to form attachments.
Did not.
They aren't, and that's why nothing really happened. Obi-Wan was too buried in his studies in the Force and the Jedi Order to really go through with it.
I don't believe it.
I believe the term for that is, what was it again? Walking on the wild side?
That's as wild as I can see him getting, though.
But yeah.
But,
Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna say like we could end it right there.
Yeah.
With the.
What?
But yeah, unless there's like something else you got, like anything like last things anyone wanted to say to each other.
No.
All right. But
There's just there's a montage between about Soren teaching Raziel.
oh yeah, we're
etiquette.
gonna be we're all gonna see that montage, bro.
Sweet.
Like, yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna witness Raz learning the art of the dance. God, it's gonna be amazing.
That's gonna be something.
Oh, D-Gag? D-Gag teaching him too?
Yes? Question mark?
I mean, you gave me the idea. I don't,
You're welcome.
You don't know how good a dancer
We about
D-Gig
to-
is. And you haven't,
God, we about to-
you haven't visited D-Gig since you left for Mandalore for Duxon,
We about to-
so...
We about to freaking can up in
Maybe
here.
we got a couple days, maybe.
Yeah. But we'll see if she doesn't, like... We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, that is...
Next time.
Yeah, that is it for session 36 of Revenge of the Crit. Thanks a lot, everybody, for coming by. And yeah, next stop, we are all heading to Mandalore. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Exciting!
Oh my
Exciting.
Excited.
Yeah. Oh my
Heck yeah.
god. I am so for more than anything, aside from the Mandalorians, and I love like exploring all their shit. I eagerly await Shir'iven to just non-stop sass Satine and them just throwing constant shade at each other.
If
man,
she throws it,
drinking that
Shir'iven's
shit
throwing
up.
it back.
Oh, I
Which
have-
PCs are romanceable?
I am gonna drink that shit up and enjoy it.
Great. But yeah, we will be back hopefully next week with more Revenge of the Crit goodness, and we'll see how far we get into that session. But yeah, this is just, you know, the party was feeling something a little low key. We might have some, might see that uprising, maybe not. You never know. But yeah, we will continue next week as the party makes plans for their arrival on Mandalore. And yeah, we will just go around the table and quickly give our spiels and where everyone can find us. Once again, I am Kevin, your DM for the evening. You can find me on all the social medias at Couto VA, where I will post voice things on occasion and dumb memes and art and stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We shall see what 2021 has in store for myself. I think as of today, I'm 100% vaxxed 2 weeks after the last shot, so
Yeah, buddy.
borders can't keep me
Nice.
down. But we'll see what it brings. Going down the line.
What it do?
What it do indeed. Next up we have Christian.
What's up? My name is Christian. I also go by Cap in the TTRPG space, and the answer to what it do is I'm what it do. You can find me on Twitter at the Capachris, where I post about nerdy stuff, lots of TTRPG things. Where you can find me. Again, this show playing Soren, your shooty blue boy with a proclivity to parties and shit. You can also catch me on Roads Uncharted, a actual play, the first actual play in the Genesis system by Fantasy Flight Games. Every episode airs Fridays on your favorite places where you listen to podcasts. Something that is coming up next week that I am very heavily involved with is Roll for Solidarity, being put on by Transplanar RPG. Transplanar RPG is a group full of trans, queer, POC who are trying to do some good in the TTRPG space. There's on Wednesday and Thursday, May 19th, May 20th, they are going to be hosting panels and conversations with people of color, specifically Asian folks and Black folks in the community, to talk about representation and stuff that's been going on. Lots of really cool stuff, like action movies and lots of nerding out. So I'm really heavily involved in that. Announcements for the for casts and all of the panels are going up soon. But yeah, check out my Twitter and other Twitters for updates on that.
Yeah. And next on the line, we have Raziel, Tati.
Yo, Tati here. I played Raziel, trying to be a good boy. You can also find me on the Twitters at Tati the VA. I post voice acting projects, nerdy D&D meme related stuff, the whole shebang. Follow me if you want. It's or not, whatever. I'm aside from
Only if you want.
only if you want. I'm not forcing you. Aside from
I'm just saying.
Aside from every Wednesday's Revenge of the Crit, where you watch us do our shenanigans, I'm also in a couple of D&D campaigns. Every Thursday, Curse of Strahd at 6:37 p.m. PST. Intense shit happens. Check us out. Every Saturday, The World of Eris, where I play an angry lizard folk barbarian who's possibly getting a love interest. It's we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Check us out. It's a good time.
Hey, like, let's hope for that other campaign you get another love interest, because then you can say all your characters found love. Maybe?
Yeah, man. That's the dream.
Yeah, we'll see. Next up we have Jinkles.
My name is Jinkles. You can find me at lovejinkles on twitter.com, as well as Jinx VT, where I'm going to be soon starting my own VTuber career, which is I'm actually thinking about streaming our games on Wednesdays on my channel, so hopefully we get some business with that.
Nice. Pog, yes.
Pog.
Right, Pogs in chat. Hold on, we have a Soren name up for this, right?
Yeah, we have
Soren Pog.
Soren Pog.
Soren Pog.
I'm spamming it.
But
in my own
yes, I don't really have much to announce other than that. But hopefully more news will come soon if you follow me on twitter.com.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Ooh.
last but not least, we have a Chase.
That's me. Hello, folks. It's Chase. I played Viper, another shooty boy, and yeah, no, you can find me over at Chase the VA and Chase Spec, where I post the occasional stuff here and there. Currently going through my 8th times the charm with now Voiced as 8. Best of luck to everyone else who's competing. It's a great competition. In terms of other stuff, I got nothing yet, but I will say come this summer, we'll be making a return back to Twitch with more stuff aside from Twitch Jeopardy. So stay excited for that. And you can follow that over at CB Voiceman on Twitch. And yeah, until then, see you guys next time.
Nice. Ooh, I did forget one small thing to mention. I will be on the Games Tavern Twitch on the 15th of May. From 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. EST. First time going through Fantasy Flight. We're doing a Star Wars Edge of the Empire one-shot to help raise money for No Kid Hungry. I will provide the link on my Twitter once everything is all set up. But yeah, first time playing that system, and actually, I'll say this much: it's a version of Zendar. If any of y'all are curious to meet
A version.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, let's defeat hunger. Yeah,
Yeah, let's
like
do
not
it.
even not even a joke. Let's just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Kick it into the dick, honestly.
Yeah, just like eat that, fucking eject hunger. It's imposter, man. Like, we don't need it. But yeah, thank you everybody for sticking around. Hope to see you all and support these lovely folks and each other. Yeah, remember to stay safe, wash your hands, wear your masks, get vaccinated. We love you. And remember, as always, may the rolls be with you. Good night.
Bye, love you.
Good night, everybody.
Love you.
Yeah.
Take care.